everyone. There we go. I'm hoping we don't lose power or connectivity. It is pouring and storming here, as I'm sure it is everywhere. So we'll wait a second to get everybody an opportunity to find us, and then we will jump right in. Hope everyone's having a good day otherwise. It was crazy rain, then it was pretty, then it was crazy rain again. Hi, Diana. Like I said, I'm just going to wait a minute or two with the way that the weather's being. I know some people might have trouble getting connected, so we will give them a second. It's hard to believe it's almost the end of May. Gosh, this time is flying. I had forgotten that Monday was Memorial Day. I kept thinking we had one more week. These 5 Saturdays and 4 Sundays really threw me off this month. School is out on Friday. Doesn't seem possible, but it is. All the little kids in my neighborhood are all counting the hours, I think. Not just the days, but the hours. They can't wait to be out. All right, we'll wait one more minute. I have a really cute card for you tonight. We actually did this card, or a version of it, at my team meeting on Sunday. And I love how it came together. And I think you will too, especially when you can see how you can show off all of the brand new in colors and how pretty they are together. So I think you'll like that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and jump in and get started. Today is Tuesday, May 20th, 2025. And of course, this is our Tuesday Facebook Live here on DonnaStamps.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator of 21 years. Is that right? Yeah, 21 years and 6 months almost. Here in Louisville, Kentucky, and I go live weekly here on Facebook to share with you some projects and some updates, etc. going on. Now, we are trying very hard to get moved over to YouTube, and we only need 2 more subscribers. So there are over 500 people following here on my page. And if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate if you would take the time to go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way we can start going live over there. All of our lives will stay active both over there and here. Here they'll be there for 30 days. Over on YouTube, they'll stay indefinitely. I have already been uploading all of them for 2025, so you'll find them over on YouTube. And if you happen to have a favorite from years past, please let me know, and I'll be happy to get that uploaded. We are well over 300 lives, which is crazy to me. And so obviously I'm not going to put them all up, but I am going to go try and find some of my favorites and some of those that had a lot of activity on them. And we will get those all posted as well very, very soon. Not a lot is going on this week. Of course, you already know that our annual catalog is currently live. This went live on May 6th. It's full of all kinds of wonderful new products. I've been sharing some of those with you. There will be more forthcoming, of course. We also have a whole new group of online exclusives and 2 new kits. So, of course, online exclusives are not in a publication. They're strictly online. You will also find a lot of your favorites over in that category. So if you go over to my website, donnastamps.com, and click shop now, you'll be able to find all of those in the drop-down menu over on the left-hand side, and it will bring all of those online exclusives up. We also have our last chance list. That is all the items that are going away. And of course, it's new now. It doesn't always end at the end of, for example, the end of May or the end of April. Those items will stay out there until they go out of stock permanently. And of course, a lot of them are discounted. So be sure and check that out. There is lots still available. And we're also going to be having a refresh coming up, I believe. Let me see. One moment. I put it on my list the other day. That will be on June 3rd. So you want to make sure and go and look and see if there's anything that you're interested in that's on that last chance list, and get it just in case it permanently goes away on June 3rd. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. There are two, like I said, brand new kits. One of them is beautiful. I have seen it in person. It is our Kits of All Blues. And the cards are just stunning in person, so you can check that out. Now, we're going to be working with in colors tonight, and I've been kind of telling you all along that one of our in colors that is called Cloud Cover, it's a beautiful blue. I shared it with you. You're going to see it here in just a minute. Is not going to be available in a full ink pad. As I mentioned, for whatever reason, when the ink is applied to the foam pad, it has a reaction that is not acceptable to Stampin' Up! Standards. What it's doing is the color is shifting. So some of the pads that were available were the true color, and others the color was changing. So they've decided to pull the full-size pad, but I posted here on the group and also on my website, as well as the Creative Cove, a little flyer about what options are available. So we still got our markers, you still have blends, and you can also get your refill. And if you wanted to create an ink pad, you could actually put it in an uninked spot. And there's also a new spot collection that has Cloud Cover in it. So there are possibilities in order to still get your inks in that color. You just won't be able to get it in a full-size foam pad. Okay. What else? Like I said earlier, we are 2 people short of hitting 50 in order to go live over on YouTube. So if you haven't had a chance to go over and subscribe, I would appreciate you doing so. We have an awesome join special going on during the month of May. It ends on May 31st. Of course, I always tell you that the starter kit's a wonderful option anyway. There's no obligation to that, to do any classes, events, sell, do any of that. You can just enjoy a discount from now until the end of, let's see, May, June, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, till the end of September. So you'll get 20% off all of your purchases between now and then. And we have a brand new mini catalog that will be coming soon for our, I call it the winter. And new demonstrators will be able to take advantage of that pre-order and get to see that before anyone else as well. So again, it's $165 worth of product for $99 with free shipping. You get a paper pumpkin and some extra supplies in there as well. So if you have any questions or you might be interested, please let me know. I'd love to have you on my team, which of course is the majority are happy shoppers. They just enjoy getting the discount. We get together once a month and talk and catch up on things, and of course stamp, and we have a lot of fun, and I'd love to have you a part of that. What else? Oh, Club Cove is my monthly subscription. That is registration for the May kit. Ends today, the 20th, and it's featuring the Impressions of Bloom. Love, love, love this, but I really love the dies. And so here is, I used it on the card last week, but here is another example. I'm sorry, it's backwards, darn Facebook. But you can see the texture in the leaves and the petals, of course. Just a beautiful, beautiful bundle. This is $30 for local pickup, $38 if you need me to ship it to you. And it includes all the supplies you need to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. Includes $25 in product. And once you make your 8 cards, you're going to have lots of stuff left over. So I always try to include designer series paper, an embellishment, a ribbon of some type, and lots of other little goodies. So it's a great way to try out a bundle. If you don't have it, you can add it, of course. Or if you aren't really crazy about the bundle, you can always use something that you have. Now, it includes a PDF as well, so you'll be able to have step-by-step instructions on exactly how to cut your designer series paper and all that. So if you're interested in that, you can go over to DonnaStamps.com, click on Club Cove at the top, and subscribe. If you're not ready to subscribe, but you love this bundle, you can get the kit for 1 month only, and just message me and I'll get you the details on how to go about doing that outside of the subscription. As far as events coming up, I do not typically have a Stamp-A-Stack the month of May. That is normally my BOGO sale. But I do have a Stamp-A-Stack every month, otherwise on the 4th Sunday, unless it's a holiday weekend. So this weekend coming up, of course, would be the 4th Sunday. And because it's Memorial Day weekend, I have bumped my BOGO sale. And it is actually going to be on June the 8th from 1 to 4. If you've never been to BOGO sale, you need to come check it out. I put out all my retired product. So bundles, punches, dies, you name it, embossing folders, tons of designer series paper, ribbons, embellishments. I even put out some things that are not Stampin' Up! Product, things like tins and different things that you could actually decorate, because I have it stockpiled everywhere. But every dollar that you spend in retired product, you get free in the new annual catalog and or the online exclusives. Totally up to you. There's no cost to come, but I will tell you it's first come, first serve. So it's best to get there at as close to 1 o'clock as you can, because like I said, once those items are gone, the selection will be different as we go through the day. But it's always a fun event, so come check it out. It's at the Marine Corps League, where I do my Stamp-A-Stacks. And again, there's no cost to attend. If you don't mind to register, I would appreciate you doing so, just so we know how many to expect. But again, it doesn't cost anything to register. It just kind of gives me a heads up that you're planning to attend. And then our next card buffet, we were supposed to have one last weekend and some things came up that prevented us from being able to do that. We have rescheduled it, so our card buffet will be on June the 14th. That is the second Tuesday in June, and it is from 1 to 4. We have anywhere from 12 to 20 plus cards for you to select from. It's $3 a card with your envelope, and it includes everything's there for you. You don't have to do or bring anything except for your favorite adhesive. And you make as few or as many cards as you want. Now, we have 2 sessions, 9 to 12 and 1 to 4, and you can come to either one of those. And we appreciate if you register, you pay at the event, you don't pre-register. But if you could just let us know you're coming, that way we know that we have plenty of room for everybody in each section. And of course, you'll find all that information up on DonnaStamps.com. All right, so make sure you're commenting and saying hello. Let me catch up. Hi, Diana. Hi, Linda. Oh, it's the night of the Lindas. There are 3 of you. So hi, Linda Lighting. Hi, Linda Owen. Hi to Linda Allfox. Hey, Tracy. Hi, Janie. Oh, Harley wants to say hello too. So this is Harley. He is the loudmouth of the bunch. He is the papa, I know. This is Harley, and of course it's storming, so all 3 of the littles are down here under my feet because they think I can protect them from the thunder and lightning. So hopefully he doesn't bark. He doesn't weigh 5 pounds, but he is louder than the other 3 put together. All right. So make sure you're commenting, saying hello. You can actually comment whether it's live or you're watching the replay. I put everybody's name into the hat, and then I draw twice, one for those who share and one for those who comment, and I give away the project from the last live. One moment. Yes, Mark?
Rudy's gone.
Rudy's down here.
Oh my God.
They're all three down here. So Rudy is the puppy. He is Caroline and Harley's puppy. He weighs more than they weigh together. And he will never come downstairs. We have to literally carry him. Tonight, he came down by himself. So we have a big pillow on the floor, and all 3 of them are now huddled up on the pillow. So Mark is upstairs trying to find Rudy, not knowing he was down here. So I apologize for that. But here is our card that we made last week featuring those awesome arches. And looks like that. And again, it features the awesome bundle that we're using for Club Cove. And like I said, you can just see how pretty they are. And if you didn't get a chance to see the second sample, this is a little bit more popped up, but the same premise. I just, like I said, I love, love, love these flowers. And they also have flowers, of course, that you can stamp. So let's see who is going to get that blue card. That is going to go to Norma Bryant. So Norma, I have your information. I'll get that to you. And then, of course, if you wouldn't mind to share, I would greatly appreciate it. Just type the word shared in all capital letters. Sometimes because of privacy, I can't see who it was that shared, but your name will go into a second drawing for a stack of cards from my stash. So this is going to also go to Norma. So today was Norma's lucky day. So we will get all of that out for her. Okay. And again, remember, you can comment and or share at any given time. So you can do it here live or when you watch the replay. And then, of course, if you place an order in my online store, make sure that you've set up your account and that you've opted in. We no longer have host codes. Everybody that places an order that is a minimum of $20 or more gets 10% in Stampin' Rewards of their own to spend, and that will go into the account that you use or the email that you use when you register your account. So make sure that not only you register an account, and you don't have to place an order to set your account up. You can do that at any given time, but make sure that when you log in the first time or set it up the first time, you click the little button that says, yes, you want to opt into the rewards so we can get them for you. And then I always give away or send you a thank you gift when your order is $35 or more before shipping and tax. And this month it is the 2025-2027 in color flat pearls. And yes, you'll get a whole pack, but this is my 3rd pack of these. I'm loving them. I'm using them up. So if you'd like some too, of course, you just need to place an order for $35. All right. I think that's all the chit chat. Let me go ahead and put the camera down. Bear with me a second. And we are going to jump in and get started. Okay, there we go. So this is a new stamp set here in the annual catalog. This just came out. This is a stamp set that was designed. It is a $1 million demonstrator, and I think it's such a neat idea. One of the things they get to do if they hit $1 million is to get to design a stamp set with the graphic artist. And this one, her name is Barb Brimhall, and it's called Layered Thoughts. And I love this thick, like chiseled But you know, I'm a sucker for double font, so I love that it has the cursive words too. So you can mix and match these to put together a lot of different things. Now, we're going to use this with the new In colors. And those colors, of course, are Secret Sea, Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, and Darling Duckling. And I just love these colors. So these strips are 1 by 3 1/4. And you have one of each color. And then I embossed them. Let's see if you can tell. With a brand new folder called Damask. It is a regular standard folder, so it's not the dynamic folder. But it's just so pretty, and it adds a very soft touch to your card. So I just love it. So I've already embossed all 5 of the strips for you using that folder. Okay, so I'm going to lay those aside. The other pieces that you need is a piece of, this is Darling Duckling. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Excuse me, wrong. 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. You need a piece of basic white. This is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to need a piece of the Secret Sea. This one is also 4 by 5 1/4. This is that awesome paper that we used on our other cards. This one is 3 3/4 by 5. We need another strip that is a 1/2 inch, excuse me, it's 3/4 by 5. And then you need some type of die cut, and the Nested Essentials. Oh my goodness, tongue twister. Works perfectly with these larger images. So you're going to need that for your label. Okay. And then our ink is going to be Secret Sea and Strawberry Slush. I honestly did not think I was going to like this color when it first came out. I thought, oh, it's so dark, but I am absolutely loving it. Just loving it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish our card base. I love doing cards in this, what's the word I want to use? Layout. No, that's not the word. See, here we go again with the crazy can't remembers. In this direction, okay? So normally you would make your card this way, or if you were doing a landscape style card, you would do it to where it lifted top to bottom. But I like to do some occasionally this way. So it just makes for a nice, there the word came to me, orientation. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of Designer Series paper. You can use either side. I'm going to have the floral show this time. And we're just going to layer this right down onto our layer. This card is pretty quick and pretty simple to do. And you could make a lot of these very quickly. So there is that. I love all these colors. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add this one to our card base. Now, when I do thank you cards, I typically will put a layer on the inside, but I don't normally add a sentiment unless it's something specific until I'm ready to use it. Most of the time with my thank you cards, I simply just write on them. Okay, so I've got my piece of basic white, And I'm going to add this down here at the bottom. And I do want a slight border on the 3 of those sides. So it's not quite 5.5. It's 5 1/4. So we're going to add that. I just love how these colors pop. All right, so we're going to do that. And we'll go ahead and add that to the inside. And again, you can make a lot of these very quickly. And you wouldn't necessarily have to add the extra layers if you didn't want to. But this is a fun design and layout that you can do for pretty much any occasion. So we've got our inside done, and we've got part of the front done. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do my stamping last. I've got my strips, and I'm going to add my strips here to the front. And I want them to kind of be on top of each other, but also not necessarily straight up and down. So I'm kind of tilting them in different directions. Some are higher than others. And I just like to kind of lay these out so that I can see how and where I want them to be. So let's see. I think that looks kind of good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead now that I've got my colors. And I wanted to make sure that my colors, like I wouldn't have necessarily put strawberry slush here, because I want these little panels to kind of insinuate or accent out those colors. Okay, so that is soft, Secret Sea. This one is our Timid Tiger. So I'm going to kind of put it at an angle. It's okay to let the Designer Series paper kind of peek out from back. And again, I don't want them straight across. You could easily do that if you wanted, but I wanted to have a little bit of, not necessarily chaos, but a little bit of messiness to it. So let's do this one there. And I love when you let them kind of peek up and over. That way you can kind of see everything. And again, this is a busier background pattern. I'll show you one with more of a solid. And then we'll add, that is our Strawberry Slush. And then our last one is our Darling Duckling. I love this Secret Sea next to Darling Duckling. It's a very, it's not as harsh or as bold as black or espresso or even a dark gray. It's a very welcoming, it's soft. So you can use it in place of those colors. So there is all of our spaces going on. Okay. And then we'll bring in our label in our Secret Sea. Now this stamp, of course, is a little bit wider almost as our pad is. So I like to turn it, double check it, make sure it's where it wants. These new pads are extra juicy, so we got to be careful there. And then I'm going to pull this down toward me just a little bit. And I want to make sure that I leave a little bit of room. So I'm going to move it more to the top. Just like that. I love that color. So you can kind of see. And of course it does lighten up as it dries. So we're going to put that away. And then we'll bring in our Strawberry Slush. And we have the little scripted word U. And I'm going to add that down here at the bottom, just like that. So I end up with this. Isn't that cute? Just love it. Okay, so we'll close this. And again, you could do this with any images, with any die cuts that you have. It's a very duplicatable layout. So I'm going to add some dimensionals here. Take off my backs. Noticed lately that the backings are extra sticky, so they don't want to cooperate. Okay, so now what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to straddle this. So I kind of want to get it in the center as best I can. There we go. And again, I wanted to be able to have that different movement within the card by moving the panels in different directions. So got that. Now let's grab some gems. And I want to use something other than what my ink color is. So what about if we do, why don't we do, let's do, what do I want? Let's do tiger. So we'll put, yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll put one here. We'll go ahead and add 3 to it. So let's use something that's not here. So we've got our yellow. And then we will add a cloud cover. Let's see. We'll put him over here. All right. And there you go. So again, you can see how quickly this card came together, but it has a lot of pop to it, a lot of texture, and you get to show off those beautiful colors. And then your inside. So that's one. And then here is the one we did at my team meeting. So in this case, we used Timid Tiger. And this is the back side of this piece of DSP that is in the Darling Duckling. So you can kind of see how one using still has some, you know, design in it, gives it even more texture. So you can decide which you like the best, okay? I'm torn. I love this one. This one's very kind of masculine. This one's more feminine. So you'll have to let me know which you like best. So that's your card for tonight. I hope you like that. Again, give it a try. I love this stamp set. Where did it go? It has, of course, the happy birthday, the thanks, thinking of you, of course, love you. You can do so much with it, but I love these big, bold samples. And of course, these are 85%, so you can see that the words are much bigger than they appear, which makes it nice for lots and lots of different images. I love when you can use your sentiment to be your focal point. So I hope you enjoy this. Everyone stay safe. Hopefully we have no more craziness like we've had over the last few days. If you need anything, let me know. Again, if you're interested in getting into the Club Cove kit for this month, tonight is the deadline, and just let me know if you'd like to get it. Or if you need to subscribe, you can go over to Donna Stamp. So have a great rest of your week. If you need anything, let me know. Again, I greatly appreciate you being here, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everyone.